The celestial sovereign materialized in Earth's orbit like a metallic leviathan, its crystalline hull refracting sunlight across the planet below. Admiral Sarah Chen stood at the panoramic window of Orbital Defense Station Echo, her weathered face illuminated by the alien vessel's ethereal glow. 25 years of preparing for this moment, and still her heart raced at the sight. "They're broadcasting, Admiral," Lieutenant Park announced from his station, voice steady despite the tension filling the command center. "Standard frequency, using electromagnetic waves, just like the simulations predicted." Sarah allowed herself a small smile. The Collective Intelligence Division had gotten that detail right, along with many others. Their deep space quantum arrays had detected the Sovereign's approach 6 months ago, giving Earth precious time to prepare while maintaining the illusion of ignorance. "Let them think they're making first contact," she transmitted to all Earth defense stations, her message traveling through quantum channels undetectable to conventional sensors. Protocol Sleeping Giant is in effect. The alien message arrived exactly as expected. "Greetings, people of Earth. We are the Galactic Federation, and we come in peace." The transmission continued with diplomatic pleasantries, but Sarah was more interested in the subtle energy readings her enhanced neural interface was detecting from the vessel. Within hours, the Federation's diplomatic shuttle descended through Earth's atmosphere, headed for the newly constructed Global Unity Center in Geneva. The building was a masterpiece of architectural deception, appearing to be the pinnacle of current human engineering while concealing quantum computing cores and advanced defensive systems within its seemingly primitive structure. Ambassador Zix 427, a towering figure with iridescent scales and multiple pairs of eyes, led the alien delegation. "We are pleased to find your species has achieved basic spaceflight and digital communications," the ambassador said, mandibles clicking in what the Federation species considered a gentle smile. "Though you are young, we see potential in humanity." Dr. James Rodriguez, Earth's chosen diplomatic representative, played his role perfectly. His wide-eyed wonder and carefully measured responses reinforced the Federation's assumptions about humanity's technological level. "We are honored by your presence," he said, his neural implants transmitting detailed scans of the alien delegates to Earth's quantum analysis networks. "Humanity has long dreamed of meeting other intelligent life." What the Federation didn't realize was that humanity had surpassed many of their technological achievements decades ago. The quantum revolution of 2157 had changed everything, but Earth's leaders had made a crucial decision: keep it hidden. They had learned from their own history that revealing too much power too quickly led to conflict. As the diplomatic meeting continued, Sarah received a priority message from Luna Base Deep 6. The quantum engineers had finished their analysis of the Federation's ship. Their technology, while impressive, relied heavily on conventional physics. They had no idea that humanity had begun exploring entirely different dimensions of reality. "They're going to propose the trials soon," Dr. Rodriguez transmitted via his neural link, "just like the other species they've encountered." Sarah's response was immediate. "Let them. It's time they learned that humanity isn't what they think we are." The Federation delegates spent hours explaining their grand civilization, their achievements, and their role in uplifting primitive species. They spoke of faster-than-light travel as if it were magical, unaware that humans had developed something far more sophisticated. They praised their own neural interfaces, not realizing that every human in the room was connected to a quantum consciousness network that made their technology look primitive. As the day drew to a close, Ambassador Zix 427 made the expected proposal. "We invite humanity to prove its worth through a series of trials. Success would grant you membership in our Federation and access to our technological wonders." Dr. Rodriguez glanced at Sarah, receiving her quantum-encrypted approval before responding. "We would be honored to participate in these trials," he said, maintaining his facade of humble enthusiasm. "When do we begin?" The ambassador's scales shifted in what they would later learn was surprise at the quick acceptance. "You do not wish to know the nature of these trials first?" "We trust in the wisdom of the Federation," Rodriguez replied, his words carrying a subtle irony that went completely over the aliens' heads. "Humanity is ready to prove itself." As the alien delegation departed, Sarah watched their shuttle ascend through Earth's atmosphere. In her mind, she accessed humanity's quantum database, reviewing the centuries of warfare, struggle, and innovation that had led to this moment. The Federation thought they were testing humanity, but humanity was about to test them. "Begin Phase 2, she transmitted to all Earth's hidden quantum facilities. "It's time to show them a small fraction of what humanity can do." The real game was about to begin, and humanity was playing for stakes the Federation couldn't even imagine. The Federation's trial arena materialized above Earth a week later, a massive dodecahedron with each face containing different testing environments. Admiral Chen studied the holographic representation in the quantum war room beneath the Himalayas, her enhanced vision detecting subtle energy fluctuations that revealed the structure's true capabilities. "They've designed it to intimidate us," Dr. Maya Patel, Earth's leading xenotechnology expert, observed. Her fingers danced through the quantum interface, dissecting layers of alien engineering. "Each arena is optimized for their member species' strongest abilities." Sarah nodded, watching as Maya's analysis revealed hidden weapon systems and environmental controls within the arena's superstructure. "And what have they optimized for humans?" "That's the interesting part," Maya replied, highlighting a particular section. "They've created what they think is a basic environment for primitive species. Limited gravity control, basic atmospheric conditions, simple weapon systems." The room's quantum field rippled with suppressed amusement. The Federation had no idea they were dealing with a species that had mastered gravity manipulation at the quantum level and developed weapons that could alter the fabric of reality itself. The first trial would begin tomorrow. The Federation had selected their champion, a being called Nexus 9, renowned for its mastery of what they considered advanced technology. Earth had chosen Dr. Elena Santos, who appeared to be a simple engineer but was actually one of the architects of humanity's quantum revolution. "Remember," Sarah transmitted to Elena through their quantum link, "show them only what we've agreed upon. Level 1 capabilities only." Elena's response carried a hint of mischief. "Don't worry, Admiral. I'll stick to the primitive stuff. No quantum manipulation, no consciousness transfer, no reality bending. Just good old-fashioned human ingenuity." The trial chamber was a vast sphere filled with floating platforms and technological puzzles. Nexus 9, a towering being of crystalline structures and flowing energy, moved with confident grace as Ambassador Zix 427 explained the challenge. "You must navigate the chamber, solving each technological interface to advance. The first to reach the central platform wins." The ambassador's mandibles clicked with what might have been sympathy. "We understand if you need time to study the basic principles involved." Elena, dressed in what appeared to be a simple worker's jumpsuit, smiled politely. "I'm ready whenever Nexus 9 is." The trial began. Nexus 9 immediately interfaced with the nearest puzzle, its crystalline form glowing as it processed the complex algorithms. Elena appeared to move more slowly, studying each interface with careful deliberation. But Sarah, watching through quantum sensors, could see what the Federation couldn't. Elena was simultaneously solving every puzzle in the chamber, her enhanced mind running millions of calculations per second. "Impossible," Nexus 9 suddenly announced, its crystalline structure flickering with confusion. "You've already solved the gravitational matrix." Elena shrugged, her movement deliberately casual. "The principles seemed similar to some children's toys we have on Earth. You know, basic spatial mathematics." The Federation observers murmured in confusion as Elena continued to solve increasingly complex puzzles with apparent ease. She maintained a facade of concentration, occasionally making small mistakes to maintain the deception, but her progress was undeniable. "Their systems are surprisingly elegant," Elena transmitted to Sarah. "But they're still thinking in linear terms. They haven't even begun to explore quantum spatial manipulation." When Elena reached the central platform, several minutes ahead of a visibly disturbed Nexus 9, the chamber fell silent. Ambassador Zix 427 scales had lost some of their luster, and the Federation observers were frantically consulting their data devices. A remarkable performance, the ambassador managed. Perhaps we underestimated your species' technological aptitude. Oh, we're full of surprises, Elena replied cheerfully. Though I have to admit, some of these puzzles were quite challenging. It wasn't exactly a lie. She had needed to use almost 0.1% of her quantum processing capability. Later, in the secure quantum briefing room, Sarah reviewed the data from the trial. The Federation's confusion was evident in their communications, which Earth's quantum arrays easily intercepted. They couldn't understand how a supposedly primitive species had mastered their technology so quickly. They're accelerating the timeline. Sarah informed Earth's Defense Council. They want to proceed with the combat trials immediately. They think physical confrontation will prove their superiority. Perfect, Dr. Rodriguez responded, his quantum avatar shimming with anticipation. It's time to introduce them to Captain Yuki Tanaka, and what they think is just a highly trained human soldier. Sarah smiled as she reviewed Yuki's capabilities. The Federation was about to learn that humanity's physical evolution was just as advanced as their technological one. The real question was, how long could they maintain the charade of being merely exceptional rather than revolutionary? Prepare Phase 3, she transmitted globally. It's time to show them what human bodies can do, or at least, what we want them to think human bodies can do. The game of deception continued, each revelation carefully calculated to challenge the Federation's assumptions without revealing humanity's true capabilities. Soon, they would understand that they weren't dealing with an emerging civilization, but something far more sophisticated than they could imagine. Captain Yuki Tanaka stood in the preparation chamber of the combat arena, her compact frame betraying nothing of the quantum-enhanced capabilities lurking beneath her skin. The Federation observers watched through their sensors, no doubt noting her lack of external armor or visible enhancements. Their champion is a Kraxan warrior, Dr. Rodriguez's voice whispered through their quantum link. 3 meters tall, exoskeleton capable of withstanding orbital re-entry. They think this will be a quick match. Yuki's lips curved in a slight smile as she stretched, performing what appeared to be basic warm-up exercises. In reality, she was running final checks on her quantum-integrated nervous system. Have they figured out why Elena beat their technological trials so easily? They think we've stolen some of their basic tech, Sarah replied, amusement coloring her quantum transmission. Keep them thinking that. Remember, Level 2 capabilities only for this demonstration. The combat arena was a vast hexagonal space with varying terrain types, from urban ruins to dense jungle. The Federation had designed it to showcase their understanding of warfare. They hadn't realized that humanity had evolved beyond traditional combat centuries ago. The Kraxan warrior, Zurak, entered from the opposite side. Its crystalline exoskeleton caught the light, creating rainbow refractions across the arena. Multiple compound eyes focused on Yuki with what might have been pity. You may still forfeit, Zurak's translator boomed. There is no shame in recognizing superior physical capabilities. Yuki responded by moving into a basic fighting stance. I'll do my best to make this interesting. The match began. Zurak launched forward with devastating speed, its massive form crossing the arena in seconds. To the Federation observers, it must have looked like their champion would end the fight with a single blow. But Yuki wasn't where the strike landed. She moved with fluid grace, her quantum-enhanced perception slowing time to a crawl. While appearing to barely dodge the attack, she was actually calculating 17 different counter-strikes, choosing the one that would look most like natural human ability. Impossible, Zurak growled, compound eyes widening as Yuki slipped past its defenses. Your reaction speed. Good reflexes run in my family, Yuki replied, landing what appeared to be a simple combination of strikes. In reality, each hit was precisely calculated to vibrate at frequencies that would weaken the crystalline exoskeleton at a molecular level. The Federation observers were no longer bothering to hide their agitation. Their sensors showed nothing unusual about Yuki's biology, no sign of the quantum network threading through her nervous system, or the consciousness expansion that let her process combat at speeds their technology couldn't detect. They're scanning for everything except quantum signatures, Maya reported through the link. Keep them focused on looking for conventional enhancements. They still think we're limited to physical and electronic augmentation. The fight continued, Yuki maintaining the careful balance between showing enough skill to win and hiding humanity's true capabilities. She let Zurak land a few glancing blows, making it look like she was evenly matched rather than completely in control. Finally, after what seemed like an appropriate amount of time, Yuki executed her finishing move. To the observers, it appeared to be a perfectly timed combination of leverage and momentum that sent Zurak crashing to the ground. Only humanity's quantum sensors detected the microscopic manipulation of gravity fields that made the throw possible. Victory to the Earth champion, the arena's AI announced, its tone carrying a hint of surprise. Ambassador Zix 427 approached the arena's edge, mandibles clicking rapidly. Most unexpected. Your species shows remarkable adaptation. Perhaps we should accelerate the remaining trials. Already scared, Sarah transmitted to the command team. Wait until they see what our primitive ships can do. The Federation representatives huddled together, their private communications filled with confusion and concern. They couldn't understand how a species that had barely achieved spaceflight could produce warriors capable of defeating their champions. Prepare the fleet demonstration, Sarah ordered through the quantum network. It's time to show them that our technological and physical capabilities were just the beginning. Let's see how they react to our primitive understanding of space warfare. In her private quarters later, Yuki reviewed the combat data with Sarah and the command team. They're starting to suspect something, she noted. The ambassador's aide was asking very specific questions about Earth's training programs. Good, Sarah replied, her quantum avatar shimmering with satisfaction. Let them chase wrong theories. The more they focus on trying to uncover our non-existent secret training programs, the less likely they are to discover our quantum revolution. But even as they celebrated this victory, warnings flashed through the quantum network. The Federation's Grand Fleet was assembling at the edge of the solar system, far more ships than necessary for a simple trial of space combat capability. They're preparing for every contingency, Dr. Rodriguez observed, his avatar displaying concern. They're not used to being surprised by a primitive species. Sarah's expression hardened. Then let's give them something new to worry about. Activate the Luna defense grid. If they want to see our ships in action, we'll give them a demonstration they'll never forget. The next phase would require humanity's most delicate balance yet, demonstrating enough power to earn respect while hiding the true extent of their capabilities. The Federation was about to learn that humanity's mastery of space warfare was just as surprising as their other achievements. The Federation's Grand Fleet hung in the darkness beyond Mars' orbit, 10,000 ships arranged in perfect geometric formations. Their hulls gleamed with energy fields that could shatter planets, weapon systems that could vaporize small moons. It was meant to be an awe-inspiring sight. Admiral Sarah Chen watched from the bridge of the ETS Prometheus, Earth's allegedly most advanced vessel. To Federation sensors, it appeared to be a crude but functional spacecraft, roughly equivalent to their technology from 5 centuries ago. They couldn't detect the quantum cores humming beneath its hull or the reality warping capabilities hidden within its seemingly primitive structure. Their fleet admiral is hailing us, Lieutenant Park announced. Standard electromagnetic frequencies again. They really think we haven't developed anything better. Sarah allowed herself a small smile. Put them through. Let's hear what they have to say about this simple combat exercise. Fleet Admiral Kaur appeared on the main screen, its crystalline form radiating authority. We have prepared a series of basic fleet maneuvers to test your space combat capabilities. Given your technological level, we have adjusted the parameters to be appropriate. We appreciate your consideration, Sarah replied, maintaining the facade of humility that had served humanity so well. Though I hope you won't be too disappointed if we manage to surprise you again. The Federation had arranged for a simple demonstration. Their fleet would launch a coordinated attack using minimal power, while Earth's ships would attempt to defend a designated sector of space. They expected it to be a learning experience for the primitive humans. Begin Phase 4. Sarah transmitted through the quantum network to Earth's hidden fleet. Remember, Level 3 capabilities only. Let them think we're just unusually creative with basic technology. The Federation fleet moved first, their ships flowing into attack formations with practiced precision. Energy weapons powered up, shields hummed to life, and targeting systems locked onto the human vessels. It was a display of overwhelming force meant to teach humanity its place in the galactic hierarchy. Then the Prometheus moved. To the Federation's sensors, it appeared to execute a series of impossible maneuvers, changing direction instantly, appearing in locations their targeting systems said it couldn't reach. But they couldn't detect the quantum fields that were bending space itself around the ship, or the enhanced human consciousness directing these movements with perfect precision. Impossible. Fleet Admiral Xor's voice crackled over the comm. Your inertial dampeners should be overwhelmed. Your structural integrity should be failing. Good engineering, Sarah replied casually. We've always been good at working with limited resources. The space around the Prometheus erupted with Federation weapons fire, beams of energy that could melt mountains, projectiles that carried the force of nuclear explosions. None of them connected. The human ship danced through the barrage like a leaf in the wind, each movement calculated by quantum computers that could process more information in a microsecond than the Federation's best AI could handle in an hour. Then Earth's hidden fleet revealed itself. 50 ships, small by Federation standards, emerged from their quantum camouflage. They moved in perfect coordination, their formation shifting in ways that seemed to defy physics. Each vessel appeared to be using only basic technology, but their effectiveness was undeniable. They're using some kind of advanced tactical AI. One of the Federation commanders transmitted, their confusion clear in the message that Earth's quantum arrays easily intercepted. No organic pilots could coordinate like this. They were wrong, of course. Each ship was piloted by a human consciousness, expanded and enhanced by quantum technology, linked together in ways the Federation couldn't begin to comprehend. They weren't coordinating their movements. They were moving as a single entity, their thoughts and actions synchronized at the quantum level. The demonstration ended with Earth's fleet successfully defending their sector, having evaded or neutralized every attack without revealing their true capabilities. The Federation fleet hung motionless in space, their commanders struggling to understand how they had been outmaneuvered by supposedly primitive vessels. An impressive display, Fleet Admiral Xor admitted, though their crystalline form showed signs of stress. Perhaps we should discuss adjusting the parameters of future trials. In the quantum briefing room later, Earth's leadership reviewed the results. They're scared now, Dr. Rodriguez observed. They've never encountered a species that could match their military capability at such an apparently low technological level. Good, Sarah replied. Let them think we're just exceptionally skilled with basic technology. The longer they chase that theory, the more time we have to prepare for what's coming. Because the quantum arrays had detected something else during the demonstration, a signal sent from the Federation fleet to the far reaches of space. They were calling for reinforcements, but not the kind used for simple trials or diplomatic meetings. They're bringing their real fleet, Maya announced, her quantum avatar displaying the decoded signal, the one they use for actual warfare. It seems we've graduated from curious primitive species to potential threat. Sarah's expression hardened. Then it's time for Phase 5. If they want to see what humanity is really capable of, we'll show them. But first, let them gather their forces. Let them bring everything they think they'll need. Because humanity had one more surprise waiting, one that would reshape the Federation's understanding of not just Earth, but of reality itself. The Federation's war fleet arrived 3 days later, emerging from hyperspace in numbers that turned the outer solar system into a sea of artificial stars. 100,000 ships, each more advanced than anything they'd shown before, arranged in battle formations that spanned the distance from Neptune to Jupiter. Admiral Sarah Chen stood in the Quantum Command Center beneath Europa's ice, her consciousness simultaneously present in every defense installation across the solar system. Through the quantum network, she could feel the tension in every human mind connected to the grid. They'd dropped all pretense of diplomatic testing, Dr. Rodriguez reported, his quantum avatar displaying the latest intelligence. Their communications indicate they plan to contain the potential threat that humanity represents. How predictable, Sarah replied, a hint of amusement in her voice. They see something they don't understand, and their first response is to try to control it. She paused, reaching out through the quantum network to humanity's hidden defenses. Are we ready? Phase 5 preparations are complete. Maya confirmed. All quantum systems are synchronized. The Federation still hasn't detected our real technology. They're too busy looking for advanced versions of their own systems. The Federation's ultimatum arrived precisely as their behavioral models had predicted. Fleet Admiral Xor's message was clear. Submit to direct Federation oversight and technological restrictions, or face immediate military intervention. Sarah's response was 2 words: show them. Across the solar system, reality itself began to change. The quantum grid that humanity had spent centuries building, hidden beneath the surfaces of planets and moons, activated in full. Space-time rippled as physical laws that the Federation thought were immutable began to bend. By the eternal stars, Fleet Admiral Xor's voice crackled across all frequencies. What are you doing? The Federation's sensors were going haywire, trying to understand what they were seeing. Their ship's advanced AI systems crashed as they attempted to process information that contradicted their fundamental programming. Across their fleet, weapons powered down and shields failed as the very physics they relied on shifted. We've been hiding something from you, Sarah transmitted, no longer bothering with primitive electromagnetic communications. Her message arrived instantly across quantum channels, bypassing the speed of light itself. Humanity didn't just master technology. We transcended it. The truth unveiled itself in waves. Every planet and moon in the solar system was revealed to be integrated into a vast quantum computer, processing power beyond anything the Federation could comprehend. Earth's population wasn't just enhanced. They were part of a quantum consciousness network that made individual Federation AI systems look like ancient calculators. Your civilization is based on manipulating matter and energy, Sarah continued, her words reaching every being in the Federation fleet simultaneously. We learned to manipulate reality itself. What you saw as our primitive technology was just the surface of an iceberg so deep your sensors couldn't even detect its existence. To demonstrate, she allowed them a glimpse of humanity's true capabilities. The Federation watched in awe as human ships phased between dimensions, as quantum fields reshaped the fabric of space-time, as consciousness itself became a tool for manipulating reality. Everything they had seen before, the combat trials, the fleet maneuvers, the technological demonstrations, had been humanity operating at less than 1% of their actual capability. Impossible, Fleet Admiral Xor whispered. No species could hide this level of advancement. We had a good teacher, humanity's own history, Sarah replied. We learned early that revealing too much power too quickly leads to conflict. So we hid, we watched, we waited. We let you think you were testing us, when in reality, we were testing you. The quantum grid pulsed once, and every weapon system in the Federation fleet transformed into harmless matter, reconstructed at the quantum level. Their ships remained functional, but were stripped of any offensive capability. Now, Sarah continued, her voice carrying both authority and compassion, shall we begin real diplomatic relations? As equals, perhaps, or better yet, as students, because we've seen your civilization's potential, and we would be happy to teach you about the quantum realm that lies beyond your current understanding." The silence that followed was profound. The Federation fleet hung motionless in space, their commanders confronting a reality they had never imagined possible. They had come to contain a threat, only to discover they had stumbled upon something far beyond their comprehension. Finally, Fleet Admiral Exor spoke again, their voice carrying a new tone, one of respect and perhaps a little fear. "We would be honored to learn." In the Quantum Command Center, Sarah allowed herself a genuine smile. Phase 5 complete. She transmitted to Earth's leadership. Begin Phase 6, teaching. Because in the end, humanity's greatest achievement wasn't mastering quantum physics or transcending traditional technology. It was learning from its own history, understanding that true power lies not in domination, but in the wisdom to know when and how to share knowledge. The real work was just beginning. The Federation would learn, other civilizations would follow, and humanity would guide them all toward a future that none of them could have imagined alone. After all, they had only shown 1% of what they could do. The other 99%, that would change the universe itself.